russosbrand.com, where the pros are the pros. I swear to God, Stevie, it's this simple. Let's just really break this down to an average television viewer. Joe Smith watching this show. Bro, when you look up and down this show, all you got to keep asking yourself is one simple question. You look at Rhea Ripley and Iyo Sky, they're going to have a match. Then you look at McDonough and Finn against New Day. Then you look at Rusev and Sheamus. You look at these matches, bro, and all you got to do is ask yourself one question. Bailey and Velcro, all you got to do is ask yourself one question. Who do I want to win and why? There's nothing in any of these matches where you are pulling for somebody to win. Sheamus and Rusev, why am I pulling for Sheamus? Why is Sheamus even the babyface in there? Then you got McDonough and Finn against New Day. What about that, bro? The big New Day angle where they're going to crap on Big E. We're going to have all the family members come out and insult us. We're going to have a big heel run now. And you put the freaking belts back on Finn and his buddy that were never, ever, ever over? Like, what sense does any of this make?
And two heel tag teams with the heel tag team who went over are getting cheered. So what is going on with that? And the other heel tag team has thank God on the butt of their trunks. Like, okay. I mean, it's whatever.
God takes a big L.
Yeah. God is just a heel. Well, Old Testament maybe, but I just don't get it. Yeah. I mean, the whole thing. And by the way, this whole thing about narrating the unscripted series, complete surprise to Hunter.
Yeah.
Complete shock. You didn't know.
Oh, me? What?
I'm speaking from a health and longevity level here. This dude has a heart condition. This dude almost died of a heart condition. And after he got out of the hospital, he's working more than ever.
Yeah, exactly.
He's doing more.
And people tell me I'm crazy when I say, I promise you he's working another match. I promise you. Geez. I promise you. He can't help himself. I'm telling you. And
here, I'm gonna set the scene, as Ben would say right here, and then I'll pass it to you. Hunter walks into the writer's room and says he's bringing drinks and coffees and donuts because he's serving them, because they're the real heroes. And then you go, "Oh, we're so glad you're here, Triple H. We have an idea for you." He's like, "Oh, I'm retired, brother." No. We're looking at it. And last time you wrestled, record pay-per-view buys, the people want it. We did a poll.
Yes.
It's just millions. Like that taxi driver, when you job Ginger out, everybody wants you back in the ring.
Didn't you hear him in Saudi? They were chanting one more match.
Yeah.
They need you in Saudi, and that's what we're going to do.
I guarantee it's going to be somebody goading him out of retirement to do this.
First time ever, biggest payday for one match in Saudi. How you feel?
I'll tell you what, if he wants to break Ric Flair's heart attack record for the last match, he has a good chance of doing that.
I like where you're going with that. Nature Boy versus the Game. Saudi Arabia.
Oh my God. It might just happen.
Saudi Arabia, bro. What else do you guys want to talk about? Been from the weekend, which obviously I'm not freaking sitting here and watching a show from Saudi. I didn't even know what time it was on. I could have cared less. There's nothing happening here where you got to watch these shows. There's nothing. Yesterday was early because they did the 2 shows, so they recorded this early. All you had to do was go online. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Like, there's no reason to watch any of this shit. Yeah, we went back to Cody and Orton. Now we're going back to Cody and freaking John Cena. Like, been from this weekend throughout SmackDown and Raw. I mean, anything that stands out, any match or anything that you want to talk about, the Jade Cargill, absolutely mosh, whatever. Go ahead.
Yeah, why is Jade Cargill being booked as queen of the ring when you have to carry that? That means you're going to be able to pull 20-minute matches. And she comes out cosplay dressed as Storm from X-Men. Who gives a Then the bell rings, and we have an absolutely amateur level match with Asuka, who's a top level worker who can't even hide, you know, the holes in Jade's game and has to do business when she's just coming back for this girl who's a thoroughbred. We have to cosplay Storm? No. X-Men and comic books suck. Like, it's for a very select few. The movies are all like, you got to pretend you're into this character and he's this. And I'm like, I don't give a shit about any of these stupid characters. So now she gets to pretend that she's that when she's a thoroughbred human being, an easy person to make. She should be more over than Storm from X-Men, who has to share the spotlight with the rest of them. The spotlight should be on Jade Cargill making a brand as a Serena Williams of wrestling.
Great point. Yeah.
So, and the fact that she's even in there, that spot's way too deep end in the pool for her. And you're only setting her up to fail, because it should be a series of 2-minute squashes to get there to protect her, a Goldberg level run. So that's huge mistakes. And now we're just cosplaying for nerds because we can't actually dress sexy in Saudi Arabia because they're so with it with society and they're so caught up. Yeah. So that's a huge booking error and mistake. No Cody British accent this week. Very disappointing. Yeah. To go back to Raw. Again, the agents aren't talking. We have match that ends in a run out and a beat down up in the concourse with Seth, or a segment that does. 2 segments later, we're right back out there with the girls in the crowd getting broken up. So now neither of those things, when the wrestlers go in the crowd, which is a very special thing at a show, mean as much as they could have. We're running the same play within one segment of each other. And that is terrible compartmentalized booking in structure. So that's a problem. Also, what's her new music? I'm a role model. And she comes out and slaps hands, Bailey. Oh, you're a role model now? Let's check the unspoken message of what you're telling young women. Get over and be positive and everything good will happen to you. But then when you're no longer the young cute girl on the block, go get some huge tits and ass implants and then dye your hair purple like a spinster so you can act like you're 22, even though you're going into your mid-30s. That's the role model message you want to send young girls. That's what's going out there. All the suplexes you want to do and crazy spots and make it look like a shoot, sister, doesn't mean anything really. Go back to the inflatable Midas tire dancer and have fun with it. Yeah, like what the message you're sending to me is very confusing, and someone who's trying to hold on.
And let's not forget the interview with Chris Van Vliet. Like, I don't know why Triple H doesn't put me on talk shows, and I don't know why they don't have me do this, and I don't know why they don't have me do that. Yeah. I swear to God, the biggest pop of the night to me, Stevie, was, I swear to God, the only 10 seconds I enjoyed of this show was when Dominic is showing AJ the contract. Yes. And Dominic goes, you need the glasses. And AJ put glasses on because AJ is 50-something years old.
What are we doing right there? Right. What are we doing? The improv 101. He's saying yes, and if you set it up to do that, I'm going to do it, and then I'll keep going in the scene. So that's the pop.
Right.
Even when they're walking off and going the opposite way, AJ comes back into the scene after he talks shit. That normally would be like, oh, what? You're 6 feet away, so you couldn't hear me? That's a great, I heard you, and I walk back on. That's saying yes, and I hear what you're saying. They get separated again, and even Dominic goes, MC Hammer, can't touch me, off screen,
right,
and buttons the scene that way. That was a fundamentally sound back and forth exchange, improv-wise, based on structure, and that's why it hits. But they don't know that. Those guys are just having good scene work, and sometimes it'll hit and sometimes it won't. The next week, they'll, like, the writers will get cocky and think that they really nailed it, but they don't even understand the premise of why that worked.
Yeah, and here's another thing like that. Just, bro, it makes total, like, I don't know who's writing this show. I don't know what they're thinking. I really don't. It's so new school review bullshit. So, Stevie, they got to take a vote The Judgment Day's got to take a vote of whether or not Rosie Perez is in the group. But Stevie, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 people voting. Okay, number one, why does it have to be unanimous? Okay, why can't a 3-on-1 win the vote? Because why in God's name would Dominic Mysterio vote against Liv Morgan? Bro, Ben, we got to go back. Remember, Ben, the whole idea. Remember the one time, not too many months ago, where we had the scene where Dominic tried to play nice with Rhea Ripley. Remember, and then Liv got pissed off for like a week, and they went absolutely nowhere with it. So now what are we going to get? Because Dom voted yes. Oh, okay, so Liv is going to be pissed at Dom now again for another week. My point is, you don't even understand your own freaking characters. You don't have a clue to what any of these characters would do at any given time. He should have been the one guy to say no. And then to me, then Rodriguez is on the fence, but she's got to say yes, or else she could be stripped of the title. So she really doesn't have a choice. But why would you have Dominic go against Liv Morgan when that makes absolutely no sense? Go ahead, Ben.
He said allegedly.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So allegedly, and I think it might be a K100 or a us thing, allegedly, to get yourself out of podcasting, suing situations. So we can go, allegedly, I said that. I don't know if I did or not. I can't remember, and can't be held accountable when she does grill him. The yes and shouldn't have had to be a unanimous vote. Raquel Rodriguez should have voted no, but got outvoted 3-1. So she stays loyal to Liv. He could either abstain or do the allegedly defense. But the other guys, the heat's on them when Liv comes back that let her in that group. People just don't understand where they have to stick to their characters and how that will later influence things, because now they all just buried Liv and she can come back, and then it's about her and Rosie Perez. But dude, the acting in the AJ Dom scene versus this scene is night and day. I'm like, how do we have that with the same people principally in the scene?
Let's not forget these are goth people in a clubhouse in front of a video game,
and they're going
doing votes. And what if the Ministry of Darkness say that you pitch them a clubhouse with a video game in the background? What would Undertaker say, Vince?